apartment theater. I guess I'm the one that introduces the show every time now because
You
I'm the
are.
one that hits
You just.
record for
Mm-hmm.
the audio portion.
Yeah, I
Yep.
think that
It's all
started
you.
the past
It's all
over
you, buddy.
100 episodes.
I no,
Mhm.
we've
But
definitely traded off on them. It hasn't just been me.
that's
I'm
all right. But
Sometimes we just interrupt you.
I think today
that
is
yeah.
going to be a implosion because both
Mhm.
me and Cass are here now.
Yeah.
I know. Let's see how derailed this episode gets.
Yeah.
So basically, it's these episodes are gonna get kind of weird because we're gonna record another episode, but we're gonna release it like as we've recorded. Like the
Mhm.
moment we're done with it, we're just gonna throw it up anyway.
Oh, sorry.
Surprise episode. It
Uh,
really late o'clock. I don't think anyone's gonna listen to it at that
That's
late.
okay.
But hey,
That's
Happy
fine.
Friday
whatever.
the 13th, everybody.
Yeah, as of recording, it's September 13th.
Yeah,
So,
it's Friday the 13th.
to break
It's the
the
perfect
illusion.
day to talk about that surprise movie. Anyways, let's talk
Mhm.
about this
So
movie.
we're gonna talk about a movie that came out this year called The Watchers. It is
Yeah.
done by M. Night Shyamalan's daughter,
Mhm.
Ishana, and the plot for it is: let them see you. A young artist gets stranded in an extensive, immaculate forest in Western Ireland, where, after finding shelter, she becomes trapped alongside three strangers, stalked by mysterious creatures each night. So basically, what happens is Dakota Fanning works
Mhm.
at a pet shop. She takes that pet for some reason to the middle of the woods.
It's a bird.
It's a bird.
Yes, it's a bird.
Well, no,
and-
she's supposed to go up to Belfast because somebody was buying it.
Right. So she goes into the middle of the woods in her car. Her car stops, and
She ends
gets
up lost
haunted.
in the woods.
She gets lost in the woods, and then all of a sudden, you need to get in here. You need to get in here. This random
Mhm.
fortress-looking thing
Yeah.
is in the middle of the woods, and we're just there
We're just
for a
there.
very, very long time. And then we find out there's these things called the Watchers, which are like monster. They're fae. They're fairies.
Yeah.
Well, they're children of the Fae.
They're children of the gay. So
Let's not fuck with. Look, one thing that you do not fuck with, and that is changelings and the Fae. You don't
And
I
fuck
mean,
with them.
Changelings
So
are
it's-
fae.
Look at
Yeah.
Dan
Or the
being
she, if
wrong.
you will, since they're in Ireland. Which is funny that they never actually call them the she.
That's because this movie
yeah.
is dog shit. Let's get into it.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm indifferent about this movie. Like, it's okay. Fun fact:
Yeah.
it was mostly shot in Eastern Ireland.
That's funny.
I have been on the streets that they were
did
shooting
John
on.
tell you that?
He was like, yeah, it was shot in Eastern, but I was the one recognizing all the places she was in. And
Oh,
close
that's
to
funny.
him. Yeah, I was like,
because John
oh,
doesn't know where he is most of the time.
yeah, that's pretty much it. I had to like remind him. I'm like, oh yeah, that's Shop Street. So it's literally called Shop Street.
Mm-hmm.
Where all the shops are. Like, it's the best thing ever.
Whoa.
And I was like,
Aptly
remember
named.
when we were trying to find a place to eat and we couldn't find anything? Like, we were going up and down this for like 2 minutes. We got lost. Like, we would turn the corner, let's try going down this way. So we go down that way and then we end up on the same street again. It was straight up like some Twilight shit.
That makes sense. That makes sense for Ireland.
Yeah, so it was
Twilight Zone
actually
shit.
shot
Just wanna
in
make sure.
Galway.
Mhm.
So, like, when they're saying they were in Galway, they were in Galway. The rest of the movie, on the other hand, is not.
That's okay.
The movie, I don't know. It's very bland.
Okay, so here's some of the things.
Yeah.
One, one of the actresses, I cannot remember her name. I want to say it's Georgina Campbell. She was in a different movie
Mm-hmm.
that we watched,
Yeah.
and it was the one about the hike, like the God, fucking damn it! It's the Firewatch people, or not Firewatch. It's
That's an anime.
Oh, the park rangers?
Park Rangers. That's what
Mhm.
it was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she gets...
Mm-hmm.
She likes being in these weird
That
movies.
movie was shit too. So
Yeah.
That
naturally
movie
she's in
was
another
worse.
shitty movie. You
Mhm.
thought that movie was worse? I thought this movie was worse.
Oh no, I think
I
that other
probably
one
because
was
I
worse.
like Chainling, like Phase,
Ye-
like G,
yeah.
like I like that stuff. So like I'm indifferent about it, and I
Mhm.
think that's what makes me indifferent. Is I like seeing stories about it
Mhm.
because I
This
don't see movies. I love the fact that they were showing that chainlings change and try
Mhm.
to trick you. So I enjoy that
Yeah.
because you don't see that a lot in other movies.
Mhm. Yeah,
She
that
was a
they
bratty child, let me tell you.
yeah.
they are
But
all so fucking stupid in this movie.
oh
It
yeah,
was driving me insane.
Yeah.
They have these rules during it. They're like, "Oh, don't go out at night." They go out at night.
Mhm.
They say to keep your back towards them or don't keep your like look at them, don't like have your
Mhm.
back towards them. They turn their back anyway.
Yeah.
There's one scene where they barricaded the door with just a table, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not gonna hold shit. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
That's a steel door.
Also,
Like
that
I
is
was
like
like, wasn't it a pull door or was it a push door?
it
'Cause I couldn't
opened
remember.
outward.
it opened
So
outward.
you pull it open.
Yeah,
Yeah. It
So
opened like
that wouldn't have done shit.
no.
It wouldn't have done anything. It's like, oh
Yeah.
wow, there's a table in the way. All right, cool.
Mhm.
So that was another stupid thing. They're at one point they're out at night and they just do some Lord of the Rings shit. Like, we're just gonna
Yeah.
hide over here under these little branches. It's like, why does that
Mhm.
work?
It's
because they were hidden under the dead trees. But at the same time, well, later
They still
on,
get out of it.
well, yeah, I don't know. I like that they did straight up the same hand scene though, like with like the hobbits
uh-huh.
with like
Yeah.
straight up same hand thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
But I
assuming they
liked
got
seeing
out of it
it.
because of who the old lady was and what
No,
she
they
was.
didn't. They didn't like her either. She was an outcast.
Yeah, but she still would have smelled similar to them. And so her smell would have like kind of helped disguise what was going on.
Possibly.
Like
What I want to know is who built this?
some
Who
professor
built
dude.
this?
The
The whole
professor did.
thing.
Yeah,
He
but
said
yeah.
The whole thing. The whole.
And
No.
like nameless nameless like villagers and shit who didn't
Made
have
this
family and
weird-
stuff.
Here's the next thing
Mhm.
that was really fucking stupid, and I started laughing so hard when it happened, and it took me. That's where I was like, all right, final straw of this fucking piece of shit.
Mhm.
They have been there for
Months. Yeah.
months. Now they start drawing like this map or whatever because there's like,
Mhm.
oh well, here's like this distance or whatever the fuck.
Mhm.
The creatures attack. They
Mhm.
bust open the door. They're trying to get out. There is a carpet, a little rug that is covering a hatch.
Mhm. 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 Mhm.
I
You're
like that
Yeah,
they
that
all-
fucking killed me.
For 8 months,
nobody
you
moved
didn't
that.
think of moving the carpet just a little bit, just to see what's down there, just to check.
Yeah, just a look.
You've been
Well,
there.
if they-
You'll watch the Love Island. For some reason, they're watching this 300-hour DVD shit.
Mhm.
That was more entertaining than the movie was.
Well, they
And-
didn't know that was there.
How could you? You wouldn't even think to look.
Yeah.
How do you like? They moved
Couldn't-
furniture. How do you not think to maybe look at the? Let me move the carpet real quick. Oh well, look at that. That square shouldn't be
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I wanna
lost
know
my
how, like-
fucking mind.
How people didn't go looking for the people that were in there. Like Daniel makes sense because his
Mhm.
backstory, like it's pretty shitty. But the it's Sia and John, they seemed like a okay couple, so they probably had friends and family. Like they didn't seem like bad.
Say
Mhm.
it's something like maybe like the woods choose you or something. Or
Yeah,
also,
I was
it's
kind of
like,
thinking that too.
Yeah.
how are you gonna find somebody that's in the middle of the woods?
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair, but I'm just saying, like, no, actually, no, it's Ireland. You don't really see it all too often that people get lost.
I know.
Like,
I
you
was
never
gonna
hear
say
it on the radio or anything.
Ireland's not that big.
That's why I was like, dude, just keep
Like-
walking. You'll get out.
Yeah, that was my thought. I'm like,
So,
Ireland
like,
is not that big.
Me and
like,
John are making the jokes though. Well, we just wanted to see if we recognized it. We're
Mm.
like, all right, let's see where we are, and then we realize, wait, if you're not in Galway or Dublin, trees.
trees.
Actually, he was trying to figure out where there was that many trees because he's like, I can't figure out where there's that many trees. Like
job,
that
John.
close together.
Does he
Yeah.
even go outside?
He does. He likes to be outside.
Hmm.
But
that's good.
also, the guy in the beginning, no way he can fall from that height and be able to roll over and crawl.
Oh
like,
yeah, no, he
immediately.
definitely broke some ribs and maybe some vertebrae.
Everything, like,
Yeah.
when me and John watched that, I was like, dude, with how high he was and how like hard he hit that ground,
Mhm.
there's no way. And then I stopped myself and I'm like, well, Ireland's really soggy.
It is
so it's
pretty
like,
soggy.
it might have been a little cushiony, but either way, like, he should not have been able to roll over. Like, at
Mm-mm.
least he was coughing blood and shit. Like, he was fucked up, but like, I don't know.
Also, it was a good thing that bird was.
What were they
bird?
feeding the bird?
I
that
want to
was
know that
something-
too. I questioned that too. I was like, what the fuck was that bird eating? Because that bird has some serious malnutrition, as well
It
as all of them. Like,
It looked like they were all surviving off of crows, which I'm like, there's no way. There's no
Well,
way.
Bird can't. I guess
Uh.
like birds will eat it.
yeah,
No,
bird.
But,
no,
like,
I'm
so, like,
saying,
The bird will be okay. The people, I don't know.
I
Yeah, they should all have been, except for our Millie or whatever, our main character. Except for her because she was only there for like a couple like
Mina.
weeks a week. Yeah, like she wasn't there for an extremely long time to be able to be like deprived over a certain amount of time. But the other one
mean,
there was like
she-
5 months and 8 months. Like
well,
They
then
should be a
she-
lot
She
smaller.
then was like, yeah, we were there for 8 months. Like
Mhm.
Dakota's there for 8 months, and it's like, once again, how do you not notice the thing in the floor?
I must have zoned the fuck out. I don't remember when she said she was there for 8 months.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. Was like she was like
Yeah.
they were like, oh yeah, and then she was there for the winter, and then
Mhm.
see,
Yeah.
Danny
Yeah, I
can like a
zoned the fuck
movie
out.
because she's not paying attention.
Mhm. Yeah,
well,
there
no,
was a
I
lot
just
of like
don't recall
weird
her
plot
saying
holes.
that.
She definitely did.
I mean, she
Um,
was at least there over winter because there is a
I know, like the
spot
winter
where
stuff.
she says, you know, winter was harsh or whatever.
It is just cold. You
Yeah.
don't get snow there.
Yeah.
Maybe flurries here and there, but that's it.
But yeah, it was
Yeah.
months that she ended up
Um,
there.
Yeah.
Also,
and how the
like-
fuck did she still have an apartment?
How did anybody have anything? Like, how
Oh,
did they
yeah,
have
no,
somewhere to
Yeah,
go
that's
she had
to?
shit to come back to? Like, what?
I also want to know. She also got like a $3,000 bird, free pretty much.
Right. So my thought on why they ended up coming back and like they still had shit is that if it's fucking Faye shit, Faye fuck with time. And so maybe it felt like a really long time to them, but it was actually only like 24 hours
Yeah.
to like the missing people. Or maybe like a couple weeks or something. I don't know. But even still, I'm like, there's weird plot holes in this.
They
You're telling me.
tried too many stories at once, I think.
Also, it's somehow telling you so much, but yet nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
The lady that gets her into this building or whatever,
Mhm.
who we find out because Shyamalan, even if it's an offspring, it's got to have a stupid twist.
Yeah.
The twist was fucking stupid.
Yep.
So yeah, the old lady
Oh, I knew
just turns
immediately.
out to be a
Mhm.
fae that's just trying to escape, which I'm like, why didn't you just escape then?
I know.
Just leave. Just go. What are you doing?
She says she couldn't get
think
like she herself got lost, probably because she was part human, so she couldn't.
Maybe.
Just like she was
Yeah.
Once
mildly
again-
abiding to the human rules. But anyways,
How do you not know? The hatch is the biggest fucking waste of time. I cannot believe this. That for
Yeah.
one, how is there power down there? I don't understand it. But you know, if
that's
there's
her
generators-
Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't Wi-Fi. It was like dial up, and I'm like, there's no way. There's no
Mhm.
way. I know it's nitpicking, but holy shit, there's just
Yeah.
no fucking way. And then 300 videos on a computer from 2002. You're out of your fucking mind. You're out of your fucking
Right.
mind.
Right?
Also, who stopped recording that last video? He went up the ladder as it was recording. Who stopped the video?
Yeah.
I mean, eventually, I'll run out of memory and stop.
Who stopped the video?
Well, she
Well,
was still alive, so
she-
the
The changeling could have
yeah,
done it.
yeah.
You think the
She didn't
changeling
watch-
knew how to stop the video recording
Maybe.
on the computer?
They studied the humans, so yeah.
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah,
think so.
and she was down there with him.
Did he fuck a fae?
Yeah, I think so.
That's gross.
I mean, somebody did.
Also, I
Oh,
want to
yeah,
say
a lot
too,
of
the
people
lady
did.
that ends up being a fae,
Mm-hmm.
she was exposition dumping so much.
I
It
know.
was like there was no whimsy or anything.
Mm-mm.
There was nothing, no mystery.
Yeah.
It was like a magician. It was like someone telling you how a magic trick was happening. It's
Yep.
like, ooh, what's going on? Who are the Watchers? Oh, cool. She's just telling us everything, and it got to the point where it was like, you're telling me so much that I don't know anything anymore now.
Mm-hmm.
The old lady, I thought was gonna end up being like, I knew she was either like offering people or like I knew something was gonna be up with the old
Mhm.
lady. It's so obvious,
Yeah.
and I just oh my
I-
god, oh my
I
god,
felt like she was from a different movie.
yeah.
Like she looked like she was gonna be in like a medieval movie. Like I think someone told her that she was gonna be in a fantasy movie, and then they told the rest of the people, "You're gonna be in a horror movie."
Mm-hmm.
Also, what was with the Disney ass fucking ending, too? Like,
Oh yeah. I
what
was
the
so
fuck?
mad at that fucking ending. I'm like, come on.
I just like
I
so
felt-
the changeling just follows her around. Like, why not just be your friend at that point? You're stalking her.
Yeah.
Might as well just be your friend. You spent 8
Mhm.
months together. Like, might
You
as
killed
well.
somebody.
Like,
Right? Like,
So,
what the
like-
fuck?
you killed. Oh wait, no. She got back up. My bad. She tried to kill somebody.
She tried
though.
to kill somebody. Yeah.
But I'm like, get
Oops.
up, wake up. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just brutally attacked by a
Mhm.
fucking demon. What is?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just get up real quick. While the
Mhm.
other person, we're told to not. Don't trust anything. Don't trust anything that you see.
Yeah.
And then the guy is like, well, that's clearly my friend over there. You were there for at least a year. Pound it into your head. Do not trust
Mhm.
anything, and you still
Yeah.
do it.
that guy was clearly mentally unstable. Though.
And then,
Yeah.
and then they're like, well, where did he go? I'm sorry. Did you maybe not want to like?
Keep track of each other.
Before you start getting the boat off, maybe check to make sure that the guy didn't just trail off because he's clearly not well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The one that tried to kill them.
Also, they have wings, right? Like these
No.
fae things.
No, chainlings
But the
don't have
one
one,
does.
because it's different.
Yeah.
It's the Daywalker.
Why?
So dumb.
Why can they not go near the water?
They are
They're just bound to that
come-
forest
yeah, they're bound to where they are. Yeah.
because of ancient spell shit.
This movie sucks. I fucking hate this movie. This is one of the worst movies we've ever fucking seen in my life.
No,
I-
no. Do you remember?
No.
Oh God. I can't
Any
remember
of the
name.
other movies we watched that are also bad?
Humpty Dumpty.
Oh yeah. Mm.
That was
There's a-
bad.
There's still a sequel. There's a sequel to that. We could watch it.
I'm
We could.
good. We'll probably end up watching it, but
We probably will.
You know what? I don't know what else I can say to how much I hated this fucking movie because it contradicts itself so much.
Mm-hmm.
The premise ends up becoming stupid. The
Mm-hmm.
fact that they didn't check anywhere,
Yeah.
move anything to see if
Mhm.
anything was a thing.
Yeah, they just
And-
take this old woman's word for God, basically.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
where I thought it
And I'm
was
like-
like a witch or something, like taking advantage of like mentally ill or people that
Yeah.
are looking for something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
That would've been
indifferent.
that
It's
would've been
not
more
great,
interesting.
but it's not
Also,
Yeah.
this movie is
terrible.
ugly.
Horror.
This movie looks disgusting. Every
It's
time
very dark.
it's
Mhm.
it's like I feel like I could tell when there were like some day for night sections where it was like,
Mhm.
hey, you guys are a little too illuminated here. This moon can't be that bright. There's just no way.
Yeah.
And there's so much CGI in this too. The monsters the Fae monster things look not like disgusting and like they're so vile and gross looking. Like no, this looks like
It's just
CGI
bad.
just like slop. Like it
Mhm.
looks like shit. And then there's like birds
Yeah.
that will appear and like there's okay when they're coming out of the hatch
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, oh, we're back in our original room. You could
Mhm.
clearly tell it was a fucking green screen too. I'm like, this looks like shit. How
Mm.
could you think that this movie looks like a movie you would have accidentally found in like a bargain bin at Walmart? That's the only way that someone's gonna see this. Someone's gonna be like, oh, well, this could be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. Do not watch this fucking
It wants to
movie.
be interesting, this movie, but it's not. It is executed poorly.
Like I said,
wish I was executed
indifferent.
poorly
Mm.
after
mean,
watching this
I
movie.
could
Oh.
execute you poorly.
Oh,
Ow.
why does that sound kind of
hot.
sensual?
I don't know, man.
Execute you poorly.
Oh. Excuse me.
Do we have anything else to say? Do you recommend this movie? I don't.
No.
Mm.
There's better
If you
lore
want
movies out there.
If you want a movie that you want to waste time to and not really pay attention to,
This
then
is a
watch this.
makeout movie. You know
I'd
what I mean?
rather
Yeah.
throw a toaster in the bathtub than watch this movie again.
Are you also going to be in the bathtub when you throw the toaster in the bathtub?
I mean, I was thinking about it.
Okay.
Mm.
Just wanted to make
Yeah.
sure you were getting like the steps correct.
There's a couple other horror movies that are like The Watcher.
Oh,
and I was
yeah.
worried that we were going to watch the wrong movie.
I was too. I was like making sure like word for word, but we were all doing stuff, and I'm like, I hope I am watching the correct Watchers.
I put in,
Yeah.
I think because we have for background behind the scenes, we have a Discord that we use to
Yeah.
with the movies, and then Danny will still ask me what movie we're watching, despite the fact that
I
it's
get
in the
confused on the
Discord.
weeks because we don't put week 1, week 2, week 3. We just list
If
them.
the movie was already watched,
You
you
forget
move to
their
the
names.
next one. You go to the next one.
Or I'm gone for a
you
week.
have access to what I put up.
Mm-hmm.
You just go to the next one.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know
kill
what's
you,
happening.
Danny. All right. So we have nothing else to say about this movie because
Not really. No, I'd rather talk about the other one. So
Yeah, we're gonna go do that.
Mm-mm.
So, if this is the first time you're checking out the show, thank you for stopping by and making it to the end of this video. And if you would like, you can subscribe, and if you could rate us on Spotify or whatever else that we're on, that would be awesome too. We're not on Apple Podcasts because for some reason you have to pay a subscription to be on Apple Podcasts, and I'm not doing that.
Mm-mm.
So, thank you for coming through on whatever thing that you're listening to us on. And if you would like to support us, download the episodes. That's for some reason the only thing I can see. So if you download it, that makes me realize that you're there, and that's awesome. And that's it. We don't really post on social media at all. So
No.
the next episode we will.